Queer Eye had the nation threatening to rip their living rooms apart and toss out their entire wardrobes when it landed on Netflix. The show was a radical and fresh interpretation of a show called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy which ran in the early Naughties. Now back on screens with a more inclusive name, Queer Eye sees 5 fabulous queer men offer fashion, grooming and lifestyle advice to a new man every episode. Male grooming expert Jonathan Van Ness, interior designer Bobby Berk, food aficionado Anthony Porowski, fashion pro Tan France, and culture guy Karamo Brown are the 5 go-to experts for the first season of Netflix's Queer Eye. The first season is sadly now over, although you can catch up on Netflix. Each episode had its own male subject that underwent the consultation by the chaps, and often the transformation by the end of the episode was startlingly dramatic. Here are some of our favorites. Neil. In episode 2, Saving Sasquatch grooming specialist Jonathan Van Ness described Neil as literally so nervous before his glow-up in an interview with BuzzFeed. His transformation from heavy, dark clothes and wild facial hair to trimmed beard and light florals has to be the most dramatic of the entire series. And Neil's newfound confidence has led to him sharing images online of his new looks daily, with sassily confident captions. One recently read, "Nothing to see here. Just a dude who buttons his top button, bites his bottom lip and takes bathroom selfies." Move along now. Corey. From episode 3, Megadon't, Jonathan's grooming regime has stuck. And fans will be pleased to hear that cop Corey, who's into NASCAR racing and dressing up for themed parties, is reportedly still close with culture vulture Karamo. With no clothes that fit, the show's fashion maestro Tan took Corey out shopping, and the result was clothes that actually fit. And he scrubbed up mighty fine in a suit. Bobby. In episode 5, Camp Rules, Bobby's episode was more like a retro edition of British Home Makeover show changing rooms. His pad was such a mess. Luckily, Queer Eye resident interior design aficionado Bobby Berk, 2 Bobbies, rushed to the rescue, decluttering his living space and revealing something more resembling calm tranquility. Bobby's living space with its natural, muted tones looked a far cry from its tangled self earlier in the show. Joe. In episode 7, Below Average Joe resident techie Karamo Brown built Joe a website to promote his comedy and help him gain self-esteem. However, Joe reportedly went on to take the website down shortly after the show. Nevertheless, the aspiring comedian who lived in the room next door to his parents got good laughs from his Big Live stand-up gig on the show and left his Queer Eye experience looking a darn sight sharper than he did when he began. A second series of Queer Eye has been commissioned to run on Netflix. We'll update when we have a running date. Read this: the celebrities that you didn't realize are gay.